Welcome, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for being here with me and just spending some time. In life, you're going to question many things, down to your faith, your beliefs, even yourself, your mentality, your emotions, your interactions with people, those around you. You're constantly going to question everything. Always stay in a positive affirmation in all that you do. Give you a little story about myself. Don't usually talk too much about here, but let's get into it. Many places that I have worked, holy sites, places that I have been, a lot of people, even myself, friends, family members, don't know truly what I did or where I worked. They have a grasp or an idea, or he was, oh yes, and worked with churches and this before. A lot deeper than that. But I'll leave it at that. The one thing that I loved about this, a lot of these places that I did work, it was not about the pay. Had never nothing to do about that. Because a lot of times things that I had did or whatever may not have been that much in monetary value. But let me spin a little twist on this. But what I got from it and the happiness and joy of what I like to do is what I would tell you to find within your life. Find what you like to do. Don't worry about does it is this gonna how am I gonna pay this? How am I gonna pay that? Whatever your faith is, as for myself, my faith, I brought into it and I said, you know what? God will lead me on my path and put everything right there when I need it. A lot of times, the hardest thing in life is to have faith or belief in whatever religion or faith you do believe in when the stuff is tough. Easy when it's going right. I've said this in many videos. Back to now, what I used to do, I almost took on the protector role of many places because places that are holy within itself carry a strong presence. If I could tell you the things that I've seen, experienced between the in between, if you can take that little parable and understand it, things that I experienced in the in between. What you ask is that could be the veil, the curtain, the cloth, the in between, spirit realm. Is it real or not real? That's for you to figure out. Everybody's experience in life is different. All we can do is, like people like myself or others, or even if you want to get into this field, give your life experience. Speak truthful from your heart. Even if you're not on a media platform or anything, just speaking to people in general. Give them your authentic self. Not a facade, not something that you put up. You. Be authentic to yourself. Then when you're authentic to others, your words will resonate power within itself that you will not believe. Imagine trying to help someone and you said, and you didn't stay in the strongest of thought. It was a kind of tough conversation. You go, I don't think whoever it was, he or she got it. How do you know that? If you're the real authentic version of yourself, they might go back later and something will hit them and spark in their mind. You planted the seed. Back to these holy sites and places. This is from youth. My whole life, always been in some form of helping in sites, religious places, and places of worship. I have seen good, I have seen bad, I have seen everything you could imagine. No place is exempt. Remember this, no place or no person is exempt from outside influences of whatever it may be. Meaning that you have good and you have bad. A lot of times we go into a place and say, how can this be? It is because it is. Because you must embrace that there is a yin and yang right back there. Good, evil, bad, whatever you want to call it. But I will say you can always balance the scales. It's up to you. While being in these places, I noticed many things. One profound thing I will give you, if I had to give you one of the, how could I say it? I could give you a good example of how I gained a lot of insight, it was always from the unlikeliest places. Because I knew for a fact, sometimes if I would have went to the top of the hierarchy, which I knew many people and I could have spoke to them and sat down. I've sat down with many throughout all different ranks and gained profound knowledge. Don't get me wrong, profound. But what I saw was that each person individually, we all have our flaws, right? But sometimes we must be careful, because just like they say, a good man or good woman that has nothing could be very honorable. A good man or good woman that has everything and is still honorable, that is truly a gift to possess. Because when you have nothing, you can really put forth and put out. But what happens when you're given everything? Do you still have that kind heart? Do you not turn the other way and become, well, who or what you are not meant to be? It happens a lot. And you hear a lot, tons of quotes of people that say it's what, not what you do when you don't have power, is when you do have it. In any aspect of your life. And that could be with anything. You could reach a high level of whatever it may be, consciousness, or closer to your beliefs or faith, or be living your life so authentically. But are you still living honorable? When in this field, I was constantly battling my moral code. Constantly. Between a lot of ego. That's the best thing I can explain. Ego. Because when you have multiple people in positions of power or come from places of power and then try to insert their dominance over whatever it may be, down to the smallest things. And that how I overcame all of this was, 1, not looking for outside validation. 2, doing things not expecting nothing in return. 3, being content and happy with who I was and what I had and who I wanted to become. That's what it's all about. I would be places and my mind would be blown of people in certain power and positions that were supposed to be there for people. Watch this. Rushing, going fast, going through motions, not truly believing or saying what should be coming from the heart. Instead, put it this way specifically, you have certain jobs, right? Within, let's say, any religion. You are there for the people. The people are not there for you. People are there to hear something to uplift them and to give them a word. Imagine this now in this scenario. You have that person that's ahead of something, whatever it may be, organization, any type of religious place, even down to businesses, wherever. And you're supposed to be there to be the head of whatever it may be. But meanwhile, you're just going through the motions. What good is that for that person? This is the problem we have a lot now through all positions of people in power. They go through the motions. They let egos take the best of them. And what did we say? Position, power. What comes with power? I'll be real honest with you. Money, right? That hierarchy, demands, instead of giving, instead of, just constantly want. What about give? Embracing the community, helping people out, instead of slandering, talking behind people's back, jealousy, anger, resentment. These things and fear. I can't tell you how many times I have seen fear within hierarchy of many places I have been, which has blown my mind. Because later on in life I realized, how can the people that are supposed to be teaching us how to be in a higher form, or let's use for instance a godly or whatever it may be, and you contain fear within yourself? No good. Fear, anxiety, doubt, what is all these things? Whether you believe in religion or not, these things are of what? Bad spirits, devil, Satan, whatever you want to call it, the whispers within the ear to put doubt within the mind. We cannot have this. We need to evolve and start to teach those that are coming into positions of what? Leadership roles, to understand that you must speak from the mind, from the heart. Do not worry about your daily distractions, because if you constantly put this into effect and I gotta go, I gotta get this done, we gotta get at it, let's get through this. Wait, get through what? You can understand I'm being very watching how I speak and stuff like that. It's for a reason. Certain organizations, and you have certain people that do things or empower and act and behave this mannerism, must change. We must get people into these roles that have the knowledge, wisdom, character, and time for those that need their time. I understand time is precious, but when you take certain roles, do not rush. Do what it is. If this job is not meant for you, then don't do it. All of those that I'm speaking to out there, this will resonate to certain people, and they'll know exactly what I'm saying. And if you're there to cause disruption, then leave. Why are you there? Are you there to actually bring happiness and community around each other? Or are you there just simply to cause chaos and worry about your own emotions and what you want to achieve?